Hello students! Good day! By the way, I am Azmir Hassanal Iuba, a first-year student from University of Mindanao. I am currently taking Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. Okay, in this video, we are going to discuss about mathematical language. At the end of the lesson or our discussion, you are able to translate English phrases to mathematical expressions using the language, symbols, and conventions of mathematics. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so let's get started. Now, let me give you some terms that you will encounter as we go through this topic. First, we have mathematical expression and mathematical sentence. We all know in English, nouns are used to name things we want to talk about, like people, places, and things. Whereas, sentences are used to state complete thoughts. For example, Anna is beautiful. Anna is beautiful is a sentence, while Anna is a noun or a proper noun. Second is synonyms. This simple idea that numbers have lots of different names is extremely important in mathematics. English has the same concept. Synonyms are the words that have the same or nearly the same meaning. However, this same object, different name idea plays a much more fundamental role in mathematics than in English. Third is verb. Just as English sentences have verbs, so do mathematical sentences. In the mathematical sentence, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. The verb is equals. If you read the sentence as 3 plus 4 is equal to 7, then it is easy to hear the verb. Indeed, the equal sign is one of the most popular mathematical verbs. Next is notion of truth. Sentences can be true or false. So, the notion of truth or the property of being true or false is the fundamental importance in the mathematical language. Last is the language conventions. We all know that languages have conventions, right? So, in English, for example, it is conventional to capitalize proper names. For example, Carol, Fatima, Ayla, or Idaho. These conventions makes it easy for a reader to distinguish between a common noun, like for example the carol, a Christmas song, and a proper noun, or carol, the proper noun.
Now, let's proceed to mathematical language. Mathematics has its own language, its own tools, and mode of operations. The language for the communication of mathematical ideas is largely in terms of symbols and words. For example, a number is a property of a set that tells how many elements there are in the set. But a numeral is a name or symbol used to represent a number. Essentially, to distinguish between a number and a numeral is to distinguish between a thing and the name of a thing. It is important that a student understands the distinction between a number and numeral so that he may realize the difference between actually operating with numbers and merely manipulating symbols representing those numbers. The language of mathematics makes it easy to express the kinds of thoughts that mathematicians like to express. It is first, precise. We are able to make very fine distinctions. Second, concise. We are able to say things briefly. Lastly, is powerful. We are able to express complex thoughts with relative ease. Let's proceed now to mathematical symbols. Without language, we cannot talk about anything. Mathematical talk consists of making use of mathematical symbolism. In mathematics, we express lengthy statements in a very brief form by using various symbols. Thus, mathematics has a peculiar language in which symbols occupy the most important position. Here are some of the important and familiar symbols used in mathematics. We have equal sign or equality, not equal sign or inequality, approximately equal or approximation, strict inequality or greater than or less than. We also have inequality or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Another one is parentheses or brackets to calculate expression inside first. We also have plus sign for addition, minus sign for subtraction, asterisk or times sign for multiplication or center dot for multiplication, and we also have division sign or obolus or division slash for division. A while ago, I already discussed to you about mathematical expression. Here is a table that summarizes the analogy of English nouns to mathematical expressions. Now, as you can notice in English noun and mathematics expression, it is a name given to an object of interest. For example, in an English noun, Carol. Carol is the name of a person that considered to be an English noun. Another example is Davao. Davao is a place. And book. Book is a thing. And examples in mathematics expression are 5, 2 plus 3, 1 divided by 2, and many more. In English sentence or in mathematics sentence, you can notice that it is a complete thought. For example, in English sentence, the car is blue or Maria is cooking. These are the examples of an English sentence. However, in mathematics sentence, the examples are 3 plus 4 is equal to 7 and 3 plus 4 is equal to 8. As you can notice in those examples, those are given in a complete thought. Since people frequently need to work with numbers, these are the most common type of mathematical expression, and numbers have lots of different names. For example, the expressions of 5, it can be in 2 plus 3 or 10 divided by 2, and we have many more that can be expressed in different forms or in different names. You can notice there that all look different but are all just different names for the same number. Next, translating phrases into expressions. Many words and phrases suggest mathematical operations. Now, the following common words and phrases indicate addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here are some verbal phrases can be translated into variable expressions. We have the sum of a number and 9, the difference of a number and 21, the product of 6 and a number, the quotient of 48 and a number, and 1/3 of a number. Whenever possible, select a single variable to represent an unknown quantity. Then express related quantities in terms of the first variable selected. The useful thing about translation is that it can go both ways. Just like we can translate words into mathematical expressions, we can translate mathematical expressions back into words. Consider the following examples I am going to show to you. 8 less than 3x, or it can be 3x decreased by 8. Another one, the quotient of x and 2 plus 6, or it can be x divided by 2 plus 6. Next is mathematical sentence. A mathematical sentence is the analog of an English sentence. It is a correct arrangement of mathematical symbols that states a complete thought. It makes sense to ask about the truth of a sentence. Is it true? Is it false? Or is it sometimes true or sometimes false? The sentence 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 is read as 1 plus 2 equals to 3 or 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. A complete thought is being stated, which in this case is true. A question commonly encountered when presenting the sentence example 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 is the following. If equal sign is the verb, then what is the plus sign? Here is the answer. The symbol plus is a connective. A connective is used to connect objects of a given type to get a compound object of the same type. For example, the numbers 1 and 2 are connected to give the new number 1 plus 2. A familiar English connective for nouns is the word and. Cat is a noun. Dog is a noun. Therefore, cat and dog is a compound noun. Now, let me give you some examples and try to answer it on your own. Classify each entry. If it is mathematical expression, kindly write capitalize EXP, or if it is mathematical sentence, kindly write capitalize as EN. Then, classify the truth value of each entry that is a sentence. Write big letter T if it is true, write big letter F if it is false, or if it is sometimes true or sometimes false, kindly write big letter T / big letter F. You have 1 minute to answer this example.
3,
Your time
2,
starts now.
1.
Now, let's check your answers. The answer in number 1, 1 divided by 2, is mathematical expression. The answer in number 2 is mathematical sentence. Now, let's identify its notion of truth. Its notion of truth is sometimes true or sometimes false. The answer in number 3 is mathematical expression. The answer in number 4 is mathematical sentence, and its notion of truth is false. The answer in number 5 is mathematical sentence, and its notion of truth is true.
Now, have you learned something about our discussion today? Wow, fantastic! That's great! If that's so, thank you for watching. See you next time. Again, I am Azmir Hassan Al Ayuka. Goodbye!